Hello everyone. I'm making this video for two reasons. One is to explain to you how to use the Rebel textbook with this course instead of the textbook that's in your bookshelf, and also to give you some tips on using the textbook to help you find answers to your quizzes, and to also give you some tips on studying for the major test. So the first thing I want to do is show you how to get access to the Rebel textbook. Now you know that you have a book in the bookshelf, but that's not the book that I want you to use, mainly because that is really only a PDF version of the book. The Rebel textbook is an interactive textbook, so it will have more information included with this book, and I'll kind of give you an example of that in just a minute. But to get access to the Rebel textbook, go into our course, go into modules. In the important course information module, you'll see there is access to interactive ebook Rebel. Click on that, and this gives you instructions for accessing the interactive ebook. So follow the instructions listed on this sheet, and you do not have to pay any money for this interactive ebook because you have already purchased the book in the bookshelf. So it gives you a code to use. So it's going to ask you for an access code. Use this one that is included here, and that will give you access to the interactive ebook. So once you're into the interactive ebook, this is kind of what you're going to see. You don't have to do any of the assignments, any of the quizzes, or anything that's included with this textbook. Mainly, you're just going to use it for the actual textbook. And so to get to your textbook, come over to this little thing that we call the hamburger. And when you click on that, then these different options show up. And so when you click on the table of contents, that is what actually opens your textbook. And so you see these are the different chapters that are in the textbook. So that is how you get into your interactive ebook. So now I want us to take a look at a quiz. And so this is some example questions that you may find on your quiz one. Everyone gets a different quiz. So, you may get a question that someone else doesn't get. So I'm going to kind of use these as some examples of how to use that interactive ebook to help you find your answers. Keep in mind that you do also have PowerPoint notes included in the modules that will also help you in finding some of these answers. So feel free to use those as well. All right, so I'm going to look here at number 6. And so our question is, adolescent employment is considered blank by teachers, parents, and social scientists. So let's go over to our Pearson ebook. And so I already have it open with the table of contents. And so obviously we want to go into chapter 1. That is the chapter that we're studying right now. And so one way to do this is to look at the different sections that are offered in chapter 1 and see if any of these look like something that might answer that question. So I'm going to look at this one, Evolving World of Work and Consumption. That seems like maybe that will answer the question for us. So when you click on that section, it opens it up. Keep in mind, some questions are going to be easier to find the answers than others. Some of these you'll have to read through the section, see if you can find the answer to your question. It may take you a little time, but that's all part of learning. So this has to do with work and consumption. I don't think that's going to give us the answer we're looking for. This section looks like it has to do with parents working. Probably not going to give us our answer. Working women, probably not going to give us our answer. All right, adolescent employment. All right, that looks like that's going to give us our answer. And I have actually already highlighted the statement here, but what you would want to do, you would want to read through. And so here is a statement. Generally speaking, adolescent employment has had the support of parents, teachers, and social scientists. So that sounds like it answers our question. So adolescent employment is considered blank by teachers, parents, and social scientists. Well, it would be considered positive. So there's your answer. So what I would encourage you to do to help in studying which is what I've already done here, is I've highlighted this sentence because we know that that answered one of our questions. So when you highlight it, you have a choice to pick a color and to highlight. So I had already had it as yellow. We'll change it to green. Those of y'all that are visual may want to use different highlight colors for different things. You can also make yourself a little note if that's helpful to you in studying, maybe something that'll help you to remember why you chose to highlight that particular statement. So that is one way to highlight. All right, let's look at another question. I'm going to kind of scroll through and see if I can find one. Okay, here's a good one. Question number 13, because it mentions a person's name. So research by Kaiser in 2014 has shown that blank. So with this one, what I want to do is go back to our book. All right, but what I think might be easy here, and you can see I've already done this, is actually type in that person's name in the search bar and see what's going to come up. All right, so type that in. All right, so it looks like right here might be the answer to our question. So when you click on that, it's going to take you to that page in the book. All right, so here we are. Less materialistic people are happier and feel better about themselves than more materialistic people. All right, that sounds like the answer to our question. Less materialistic individuals are happier and feel better about themselves than materialistic individuals. So click there. There's your answer. And so again, come back and let's highlight it. Like I said before, so we'll have that to study later. And we'll go with our pink on that one. Okay, so that is what I kind of wanted to show you with some tips on looking up the answers using the textbook. What I do also want to tell you about the quizzes is you have 3 attempts with each quiz. And so really that gives you, 3 chances to find the answers. What I would encourage you to do, you can open a quiz, you can go in and out of a quiz as many times as you want to until you hit submit. Once you hit submit, then that's going to count as an attempt. So, go through your quiz. If you have a printer, print out your quiz, go back to the textbook, find the answers, and then come in and answer your questions. Hit submit, see which ones you missed. Then, you've already got the ones right. So remember the ones that you got right. And then those that you missed, you can go back and try to find them again. And so you still have 2 more chances to try to find the answers to those that you missed. And each time you're doing this, each time you're going back to the textbook, be sure that you're highlighting as you go along. So now that you can come back and study. So to come back and study, what you'll want to do is go back over here to your hamburger. And then where we had clicked on table of contents, right above it, you see highlights and notes. So if you click on highlights and notes, what comes up now is everything that you have highlighted as you've gone through the textbook. And so that gives you something to help you study. And those of y'all that are pretty good with this, you can sort by note type. You can use all different kind of ways to do this. You may want to look at these and make note cards if you're a note card kind of person. But these are some really good ways to help you do well on the quizzes and also do well on your major test when it comes time to study for those. I hope you find this helpful. Happy hunting for your questions and answers to your quizzes.